Knicks Nation. Today is Friday, the 17th day of May, 2024. I hope you're safe and healthy today. Happy Friday. Hope your family's safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders out here every day, oftentimes risking their lives to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help, rescue, deliver, and recover the teenagers and children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of prostitution, child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, the profiteers, and the perverts that create these heinous industries. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. Nearly 600,000 men, women, children, veterans, families, homeless in the United States of America. Millions around the world in even worse conditions. Blessings upon them. Theirs is the kingdom. There's going to be a basketball game tonight in Indianapolis, Indiana. The New York Knicks are going to be playing Game 6 against the Indiana Pacers tonight in Indiana, having a 3-2 lead in the best-of-7 series. I at first predicted this to be a 6-game series. I thought maybe it might have gone 5 if the Knicks had OG Anunoby healthy. They did not for the whole series. They had him for part of the series, and now they don't have him. So then we're looking at 6 or 7. I feel like the Knicks could end this tonight in Indiana. They have a good shot at it, but we got to be ready. This is the thing. Indiana is like a wounded bear, a wounded mama bear. They're going to be coming at you with everything. This is their season on the line. Okay? This, again, biggest game of the season for both teams. And you're in the playoffs. As you get deeper, every game is the biggest game of the season. Every game is must win. And so this is the case for both Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks. Biggest game of the season. Indiana only is listing Ben Mathurin as the injury report, so they're going to come at full strength. They're going to come at the Knicks. The Knicks, having had 3 days off, are going to come full strength at the Pacers. Now, when both teams are coming at each other full strength, even in their diminished capacity in terms of the Knicks are still the better team. Okay, they're still the better team. But there's going to be other factors. Number one, a week ago today, the Knicks were on their way to handling Indiana. In Indiana, Jalen Brunson hurt his foot. Okay, if you remember. And then they were on a short turnaround. Sunday, they got blown out. The Knicks remembered that when they played this past Tuesday night. But now they're going to remember it more because they're at the scene of the crime. Okay? They handed them in Madison Square Garden by 30. They returned a 30-point favor to them. But tonight, being in Indiana is the scene of the crime. Last Friday night's game was close at the end, even with Jalen Brunson not playing his best. And if you recall, the last layup, that tied it to 102 when the Knicks were up in the last 2 minutes of that game, what tied it was when Siakam literally picked up and grabbed Isaiah Hartenstein and pulled him out of the play. Major, and the refs later said in their 2-minute report, they missed that one. Okay, major big play there. And the Knicks had been up going into like 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. So that's where we were last week with an injured Jalen Brunson. Now you have a healthy Jalen Brunson. Okay, so they're going to be banging him, grabbing him, pulling him, pushing him. That's going to happen tonight. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt, especially early part of the game, but at all. We don't want Brunson getting hurt at all. I think he's going to be ready. Well, he's going to be ready to play. Josh Hart is going to come with Josh Hart energy today. Deuce McBride will start tonight. I'm going to say it, or I'm going to put it out there even before Tibbs says it. Deuce McBride will start today. And then you're going to have, of course, Dante DiVincenzo. Again, Dante came with New York City heart and toughness on last Tuesday. Didn't shoot the ball well, but he was up in Turner's face. He was being tough man, Dante. And so, yeah, Dante is tough. Now, Burks let me just say again, everybody kept tripping, even after I said it the last time. I apologize to Alec Burks. He's not Burks' bum anymore. He's Burks at the end of the bench, at the end of the rotation, Burks. And he's doing exactly what he's been doing his whole career at the end of the rotation. And this is the key here. Defense. Now, what had been happening prior to Tuesday, the Knicks are getting a little spoiled. Like when Mitchell Robinson is in the game, they get a little spoiled because everybody in the opponents, I don't care who the opponent is, they don't really want to come in the paint. Some people will get bold and challenge Mitch Rob in the paint, but generally Knicks know they got Mitch Rob behind them. They can be a little bit more aggressive, push a little bit more because nobody really wants to come in the paint and deal with Mitchell Robinson. Well, there's no Mitchell Robinson. So also though, because Deuce McBride is a shut down defender, okay? He's the basketball equivalent of Revis Island, is Deuce Island, you know. In other words, when Darrell Revis was playing for the Jets, that side of the field was off. They couldn't throw the ball to that side of the field. It was on Revis Island. When Deuce McBride was on Halliburton, he wasn't involved because Deuce McBride had him on Deuce Island. But still, what the Knicks got spoiled and letting Deuce just handle these dudes. But then in Tuesday night, along with Deuce's defense, they would collectively stop Indiana from getting in the paint, especially TJ McConnell. And this is where Burks really shined. Everybody sees the points. And in basketball, especially in the pro league, but in all basketball, everybody's looking at the points. How many did you score? What was the box score? Everybody's looking at that. But the game is won on the defensive end, especially with the Knicks. And what Burks did, along with Dante, along with Hart, along with Brunson, is whenever Indiana was trying to get into the paint, they would collectively form a wall to hinder that movement and make the player, whoever it was, throw the ball to the weak side. And then they would, of course, recover extremely quickly, which is what Tiz was talking about after Sunday's game. They didn't have speed to the ball, which would prompt him to pull his deuce card in the first place. They had speed to the ball to get to the other side quickly and start it all over again. Okay? That's in the NBA, in the league, when you're at this level in terms of NBA playoffs, everybody that's left is going to be playing defense if you want to win. See, I watched the game last night, Minnesota against Denver. Minnesota's defense was off the charts. And they destroyed them by 40 points, okay? But the defense for Minnesota was off the charts. And this is why I like NBA level playoff basketball, because that's what you see. That's what wins chips. So the Knicks are going to have to come with that. Now, we got to assume, brethren, in Knicks Nation, we got to assume the refs are going to help Indiana. Now, tonight's referees, I got them now. Apparently, they come out 9 a.m. day of a game. But Zach Zarba, John Goebel, and David Guthrie are the three refs. And Carl Lane is the alternate ref. So you got David Guthrie as an umpire. He's the baseline guy. You got John Goebel as the referee. And the crew chief is Zach Zarba. Now, there's no Tony Brothers. And this other clown, I forgot that was there. I think Connolly or something. This other clown's not there either. So these three dudes are out there. I've seen, if you look up you go to NBA.com, you see their face, you'll recognize all of them. I recognize all of them. I've seen some of them live with the Knicks. I've seen them many years in the league. These are decent refs, okay? They're not Tony Brothers, okay? So that is a good sign. If I'd have seen Tony Brothers' name in there, I don't know. But he's not there, and neither is that guy from the last game that they lost. Well, actually, the last game they won by 30. That guy is also suspect. The crew chief for that I forgot his name. But anyway, we got a pretty good crew tonight, so that's good. But you got to figure they're going to still help Indiana. The only way Indiana really stops the Knicks is if Brunson gets hurt, especially, but any of the top seven. We can't have no injuries. Number two, the referees put them on the line a lot. That'll slow the Knicks down. Okay? Those are the two things. Really, that's it. Defense, the Knicks are going to bring. Hart's going to come with fury today. I can guarantee you that. As is Brunson, as is Devo. They're going to come with fury today. Indiana's going to come and try to get an early knockout blow. They're going to try to do that. But I feel like even with 7 dudes, the Knicks are used to playing these heavy minutes. All of these minutes police trying to break on Tibbs for their rotations have no the hell idea what they're talking about. But really, the real deal, the Knicks are used to wearing people down. They really are. They will keep coming at you. And that's what Brunson does. He keeps coming. They could be down 10, 50. It don't matter. They're going to keep coming all the way to the end of the fourth quarter. And so that's going to happen. They're going to keep coming. They're going to keep attacking. They're going to keep coming. And they got the energy to do it, which is key today. So it's going to be a tough game because Indy's going to be fighting for their playoff lives. But I'm hoping that the Knicks will withstand the early blows that Indy's going to hand out, withstand the early help they're going to get from the refs, keep coming, and then wear Indy down third and fourth quarter. I'm hoping, and I'm pretty confident, we're going to get a nice defensive effort from the whole Knicks, but especially Deuce. Hopefully Deuce's 3 is dropping today. And then, it's on at that point. Hartenstein is the one that, to me, is the key today. And the reason is, if the refs want to keep the Indy in it, you'll see early fouls when Hartenstein is trying to be aggressive on the boards. That's the key here. See, the last game, Hartenstein had 12 offensive rebounds, 17 rebounds total. Thing is, if he's going to come out like that again. Is the refs be calling stupid ticky-tack fouls and try to take Hartenstein out the game so that Precious has to come in? And I'm not trying to down Precious. Actually, Precious is actually better as a backup 5 than he is as a backup 4. So that won't be a bad thing. But if Hartenstein is permitted to be aggressive Isaiah Hartenstein that we know and love, if he's permitted to come at those offensive glass the way he always does, and what he's going to do tonight without getting stupid fouls, and it's not Hartenstein, it's the refs. If the refs don't try to keep Indiana in the game, I like the Knicks situation today because Hartenstein is the key here. If he's hitting that offensive glass like he did the other night, see, they got to pay attention to Josh Hart. This is where the game plan for Josh Hart. They got to keep Josh Hart off the offensive glass. They got to keep him off the glass, period, because when Josh Hart gets a defensive rebound, it's a one-man fast break. So they got to keep him off the glass. In doing that, you got to keep Hartenstein off the glass. Because Hartenstein is a load. He's a really tough, big, aggressive, physical player. A Tibbs type player. So with that, he's going to be hitting the glass. So now you got those 2 guys that Indiana has got. And Indiana's going to be trying to nullify them. They're going to try their best to nullify those 2 guys. They got to. And you're going to get help from Deuce. You're going to get help from Brunson. You're going to get help from not Josh Hart. Deuce, Brunson, and Dante. Those 3 guys are going to also be everybody's key today. Everybody. Then, of course, there's Alec Burks. Alec Burks is the last game played, to me, his best defensive effort in terms of, and it's not head up man on man I'm talking about. I'm talking about forming that wall. Y'all know how when the Knicks play the Bucks, right? And the Bucks are at full strength. What we have to do against Giannis is form a wall. Why? Because with 2 dribbles, Giannis will go from one foul line on the opposite end of the court to the basket. 2 big dribbles. And he will do it with force. So you have to form a wall to stop him from getting in the paint like that. And the Knicks do a good job with doing that. Well, they have to form the wall to stop the guards, Nembhard, T.J. McConnell, and Halliburton, and Shepard from getting in the paint. If they could do that, and I think they can, they're going to be in good shape today. Very good shape. So these are the keys to winning tonight. I feel like the Knicks are on a mission. They really are. I feel like they can taste this. It's like sharks tasting blood in the water. I feel like they're going to come out here and fight hard tonight against Indiana. Now, I'm going to take the game. I'm not going to see the game live, but I'm going to take the game and watch it again tomorrow. I'm sure the noise will be out of Knicks Nation very loudly if they win. So I'll know already if they won. I mean, even if I'm not trying to hear it, it will happen anyway. So we'll see. But I'll be doing my Bible study tonight. Please don't bug me. But we'll deal with it. But anyway, y'all, please enjoy this basketball game. Enjoy your Friday. Happy Friday to you. Please be safe and enjoy your weekend. We will talk. Shalom.